This was the earlier era, which was the past. Now after this, the change has taken place, and the change was for good. And here the M&A started for backward and forward integration, unlocking the value, restructuring the balance sheet, and the geographical expansion. That was the aim. And if we see in last 12 months, if I'm just saying till July, this data is till July, that we have seen $41,221 million deal has taken place in India in 516 deals. So that you can realize that how big market is. We should not just concentrate on merger and amalgamation on the legal part, but there are so many other deals are taking place outside the legal purview, outside the different structures. So this market is very big. Now, when we say that restructuring is taking place, we all are professionals here. We should realize that these are the listed as well as unlisted companies. In listed companies, we see there are some listing rules applicable, and unlisted company or all companies act, FEMA, direct, indirect tax, stamp duty, contractual obligation, and competition commission. All these things are part and parcel when we decide any restructuring. Now, what will be the future in M&A that will take place? Friends, here the future will govern by more on these new developments in legal area which is taking place. Now today, whatever we are learning, there is a possibility that we have to think differently. Because I was reading one saying, which was saying that who will be the illiterate of this era? It is not the person who cannot read and write, the person who cannot learn, relearn and unlearn. So now the situation is coming with all professionals, whatever they have studied, they have to study again. Now just see this, that new takeover regulation is coming, competition commission is new, companies bill is coming, direct tax code is coming, stamp duty law is revamping, IFRS is coming, and GST is coming. But all these new laws will impact M&A also. Now friends, as you have seen, the new takeover regulation recently the SEBI board has approved. It has changed so many things. And now whatever way we were doing deals, we have to change. Now it is 25%, they have made a threshold limit. Now 25% threshold limit will impact the entire deal market. What is happening in India? The FIIs and PE fund, they were investing, but 14.99% was not very attractive. So there are so many companies, they wanted more equity in the company, but they were not able to do it, and that's why so many deals was not completed, or it was not successfully done because of the low limit. But now I think the 25% things will take place, and it is, I think, on an international basis also. If we compare other countries they have a 25 to 33%, up to 33% this limit, and the 26% open offer, which will make 25 plus 26, 51. So mean the regulator is interested that you should have a control of the company, not just if you want to take over the company or if you want to give open offer. So these things I think will give new direction to this M&A and the deal making. Then come to the part that what is the positive and negative aspects of this new takeover regulation. It is at par with global M&A, more capital flow, which I just told you, in PE players, and simplified provision will help to do more acquisition and more things. But there are certain points which are there, no transitional provision is provided. Hostile takeover threat will be there, because now you can acquire 24.99% shares, and if you see Indian scenario, we have seen that in the board, in the general body meeting, shareholders are not coming. So 24.99% is not the absolute thing. The absolute thing will come whatever the percentage present in the meeting. So there is a possibility the negative control and the restriction on the aspects, and two people are joining hands, then hostile takeover threat will be very easy as compared to 15%, which was earlier limit. Scrapping of non-compete fees, in my opinion, the SEBI's opinion is that it is good, but in my opinion it will also hurt little bit some deal thing. So this is some negative and positive aspects of the takeover regulation, and it will impact the M&A deals positively and negatively also. Then come to the CCI. Now, if you see CCI, that from June 1st, 2011, merger and amalgamation, whatever is taking place on the more than prescribed limit, it has to go through the CCI. An acquisition of shares, voting right and control, that is also have to go for the CCI test. So now Mr. Goyal is here, and he was always advocating that CCI is the future, where each and everything which is doing business in India will affect. So I think he can give some light on this part, that how the CCI will affect and how the CCI things we can use for better M&A regime. Then friends, another things which is taking place, that now the new companies bill is coming, and the new companies bill, the restructuring, we are waiting companies bill since last so many years, so everybody is thinking whether it will come or not, but I think the way things are moving, there is a possibility this time will become act. And now if you see the Companies Act, they have changed the various things now, and M&A deal in India, they want to encourage more M&A deal in India. So if you see the Companies Bill, they have divided two parts. One is the internal structuring and external structuring. And if you see this part, that they have allowed cross-border merger now. So this will add some new dimension, that both way you can do mergers, which was not there till today in the law, and we have to root various things. Then we have an option, like today you have a listed company, and the listed company is merging with unlisted company, then that becomes the unlisted company. So the question was, it was not allowed, or it was not negative or positive, but there was an issue on clarity of law. So now the law is clear now. If the listed company is merging with unlisted company, so you can give shareholders the money and they can exit from the company. Separate process of merger for holding and subsidiary company they have prescribed. So internal restructuring will be through the shareholders meeting, not by the court and the long process. And fees paid, this was an issue decided by the law, but now they have part that all the transfer companies, capital or other things, you can pass on to the transferring company. So these are certain things in Companies Bill will boost the M&A deals and M&A structuring more in the coming days. Then friend, the new DTC. Now in the direct tax code, there are some changes are taking place. Some they are good, and something will affect the M&A. Now first is they have widened the definition of M&A. Then resulting company to issue only equity shares. Now this is a negative point, but they have decided that when you are doing merger or restructuring, you have to issue equity shares, not the preference and equity both, which we were doing till today. Benefit of carry forward losses, that was restricted to industrial unit. Now they have allowed all companies, because Indian service industry, service sector is more than 50% now. So they have allowed that any company can merge, and the 72A present that can applicable in the new DTC, that they can carry forward the losses or set of the losses.